It's late. I've had a not the best day, but you know, I've been pretty sick today, but I managed to get a lot done, so I'm happy about that. And I was watching John Mulaney to try to cheer myself up, and I just realized something. My roots. I'm literally a fourth Swede and a fourth Finn. My dad's half and half. He's 50% Swede and 50% Finn. And I if you've ever seen this comic called Sweden and the Rest of the World, um it was a really good comic on DeviantArt. She stopped making the political cartoons, far as I know. I mean, maybe she started again, but that taught me a lot about Sweden. And she literally taught what she was taught in Sweden, which is, all these things about Vikings are not real. They're completely not. We did not drink out of skulls. We did not wear furs. We did not wear helmets with horns. We did not. That is all literally fake shit. Just point blank fake, totally fake shit. But it suddenly hit me why the Vikings might have gotten being seen as not the happiest people on the planet, let's just put it that way. Um, because, and this is true with my dad, I don't know if gene pool has anything to do with it, but his dad was dead silent too. And the few times he ever spoke was, when he was getting cranky. In fact, that's one of the last memories I have of him being angry and yelling at all of us. My grandpa Olson. That's the memory I have of him being angry and yelling at all of us. So it suddenly hit me. There's two tales that I know of. One of where the Vikings asked this native group wherever they had sailed to, can we move in here? We're tired, we're worn out. Can we, just can we move in? And the natives were like, yeah, sure. And the Vikings, being themselves, didn't speak to their new neighbors. They didn't say a word. I mean, we're silent people. We don't say a word. And we leave each other alone. And I was just born with this, you don't waste your energy speaking, and you don't waste your energy stating the obvious. You just do things. You don't say anything. And I know that Viking inhabitants, the natives got very suspicious of them and burned them out of their little village and ran them off. And then there was another thing of, my mom is, French and Irish and all this. So she has like a book of Ireland and Scotland. And one of the main things, and I think it's Scotland, they have all these terms. They literally said, like, in their history, and I'm positive it's Scotland, but it might have been Ireland. In their history, they actually had, they said Swedes move in. They had Vikings come to them and move in and interpopulate, intermarry and everything with the people. But in their language, in their Gaelic language, there is one term and word after another. There's term after term after term and word after word after word of ugly, tall and ugly, blonde and ugly, blonde and cranky. These people did not like the Swedes. And it just hit me here watching John Mulaney that maybe it's on us a little bit, because just a little, because I realized, you know what? Swedish people, and I have to admit, myself included, I didn't realize this. We're dead silent. We don't say a word. We're silent. We don't say a single solitary thing. We verbally, essentially, and auditorily, essentially, don't exist. We keep to ourselves. We don't bug our neighbors. We don't say hi. We don't, not hi, howdy, how you doing? I'm living down south. I've been raised down south, so and when we first moved down here, when I was about 9 years old, it was nine and a half. It was the weirdest thing in the world to have just complete and total strangers walking down the street and they'll actually say hi and howdy. And I was like, who the hell? I don't know you. You know, I was a little kid and I was like, I don't know you. What the crap? Leave me alone. What are you doing saying hi to me? You know, because you didn't get that up north. You didn't get that in Minnesota or anything. Everybody just ignored you. You know, everybody, you know, they did the polite thing up north, ignoring each other, leaving each other alone. You don't say anything. You silently avoid each other. You stay out of each other's spaces. You know, you don't touch each other. You don't get near each other. It's normal. So, yeah, so Swedes were silent. We keep to ourselves. We avoid everyone. And the few moments that we might actually speak, we're exploding in anger. That might explain the Viking reputation. I think I just figured out some family history. And I did such a good take on this first video that I think I'm actually going to just, I don't care how late it is and how ugly I am and how undone up I am. I think I'm actually going to flip and post this because I'm actually looking at the camera too, instead of just looking at myself and looking off, you know, and just thinking like I do, you know. But yeah, I think us Swedes, we might have accidentally, inadvertently, not meaning to, slightly sort of earned that Viking reputation. Inadvertently though, inadvertently. I'm just saying it's inadvertent. You know, dead silent. We don't exist at all. We're completely silent. You can't even get a hi or the time of day out of us. And then the moment that we do speak, you know, depending, we might say a lot, but either way, we say it in quite a lot of anger. Like explosive anger. Like, wow, you know, a nuke just went off, kind of explosive anger. Like that person is shaking. They're so angry. Like this is dangerous kind of anger, you know? And the rest of the time, we seem kind of peaceful, I guess. I don't know. I'm Swede, so I know, and I speak the silent Swede. And I know that that's not peaceful. That silence is not peaceful. Not in the least. We're cranky. We're cranky fuck. We are cranky fuckers. Almost said motherfuckers, but you know, we're Swedes, so we stay away from each other. So we wouldn't be motherfuckers. We would just be like, you know, leave me alone. How we're cranky hermits. There we go. We're not cranky fuckers. We're cranky hermits. And when we're and when we're fucking you, you know it because we're yelling and screaming about it too. Oopsie, I apologize for my Swedish people. Sorry. I'm gonna end this video now. Bye. Don't hate us Vikings. Sorry. Bye.